Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Yes, Nez Nation, we are live. How in the world are you? Is that Lion Nation I see? Good to see you guys. What up, everybody? How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live. It's so good to see you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Please share this out. And don't forget, you know what to do. Smash the smash button. Make sure you smash that smash button as you're coming in. I want you to smash that thumbs up. And make sure that you share this out on Twitter. Share this with your friends. This is going to be a live stream you shan't forget. Shan't, as they say. I am so absolutely excited to see you guys. Good to see you, Super Dave. Lion. Luke is in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Fantastic. All right. It's going to be your birthday tomorrow. Well, that's very cool. Happy birthday, Luke. Good to see you. Before we get into the chat, though, I just want to tell you, in this video, we're going to be talking about one of my heroes. Somebody who I think is almost like a modern day poet who's just teaching by being alive, who's inspiring without inspiring, who's educating without educating. And that's something that's really important to me. It's something I think we can learn a lot about. And, you know, before I get going, hey, Neil, good to see you. Neil's in the house. Crypto Cruising. Dave's in the house. Yeah, good to see you, Dave. Dom, it's great to see you. Thank you so much. Come on in. I don't know if any of you guys had a chance to check out my promo that I did, very, very recently, but I got a text from my wife, earlier today. I was at the gym and I just got back, half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and I went live on Facebook to get people to come over here. And she said she had witnessed one of the most serious accidents that she's ever seen. And she is not somebody who engages in hyperbole. She is not somebody who exaggerates at all. And if she says it was a nar crazy, crazy accident, then it definitely was. So I thought, wow, what a more perfect, impeccable timing. And hopefully whoever's in that accident is okay. How that resonates with what I wanted to talk about today and why I think this may just be the most important video you watch, in the next 12 months. Because even though we talk all the time about personal branding, building your online presence so you can grow your business, advance your career, and build your community, helping you discover your purpose, communicate that message so you can impact your audience. Even though we're trying to bring more humanness to this digitalness, is the Nez Nation mantra. And I want you guys to be successful in any endeavor that you endeavor upon. And I want you to make money, and I want you to be happy, and I want you to have a professional brand, or at least a brand that resonates with you. This, I think, is why I talk about mindset. I kind of break it down into two even more simpler categories, mindset and messaging. Mindset is always first before messaging, because if your inner game isn't right, nothing is right. Doesn't matter how many cars you have. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, how many subscribers you have. It doesn't matter how you've built a reputation that's gotten you keynote presentations and clients and customers. It doesn't matter if your inner game isn't right. So this is about prioritization. This is about perspective. This is about paying attention to what's really important in your LIFE. That's what this show is all about. And one of my heroes of all heroes, Mr. Bill Murray, I don't know if you guys have been listening or paying attention to kind of these unbelievable mythical stories that keep seemingly popping up about Bill Murray. But I've been inspired, and I think this has a lot to do with the type of message that I convey on this channel. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So you know what to do. Nez Nation, as you come in, you got to smash the smash button. You got to share this out. share it on Twitter, share it all over the place, because we're going to have a dynamite Sunday like we do every single Sunday. Good to see you, Stony Creek. Stoney's in the house. Bill, good to see you. Yes. Dave, share the stream out. Yes, smash the smash button. Don't forget to smash that button. Beth is in the house. Good to see you, Beth. And Roz is here just before my brekkie in a very sunny and hot South Australian Open's about to start. Yes, we've got Hybrid Steel. We've got Beth. Good to see you, Beth. Fantastic. Good to see you, Hybrid. How are you, Hybrid, across the Atlantic and in the South, in the Southern Hemisphere? Good to see you, Roz. Is that Sharon I see? Good to see you, Sharon. Fantastic. Come on in, guys. Make sure you smash. Don't forget to smash the snatch button, as Modern Madness would talk. Midnight. I called him Modern Madness again. Midnight Madness. Where the hell is that guy? Love him. Good to see you. Yes, Mike, good to see you, Mike. Fantastic. Lion Nation in the house. Dom, good to see you. What about Bob? One of my faves. Who's Bob? Where is Bob? Are you talking about Bill or Bob? Which Bob are you talking about? Hopefully Christian and Luis will make it. Sethi, if you're watching this on the replay. So, yeah, how many people know anything about Bill Murray? Or how many people understand, or even, have seen his movies, or maybe have heard kind of some of the stories that have been going around about Bill Murray? I'm just curious. Let me know in the chat what your impressions are of Bill Murray. And, if you missed my PSA announcement earlier in the show, I'm kind of begging everybody and their mother to stop using your phone when you're driving those 2-ton killing machines. Please, please, please. My wife just texted me before the live stream that she, witnessed a terrible, terrible accident of somebody veering off an off-ramp because they were distracted. And that relates to today's show. Big time. So, but I'm curious, how many people in the chat know anything about Bill Murray? Okay, I got a question mark from somebody. Baseball training, very nice. Oh, what about Bob? Okay, God, duh, hello, duh, Nez. What about Bob? Of course, one of the all-time greats. Dave, you're absolutely right. How could I forget? Baby steps to the car, baby steps to the elevator, baby steps to the bathroom, baby steps to the bus. Love it. I mean, I was raised on Meatballs, Caddyshack. I was raised on Stripes. Raised on those comedies, Chevy Chase as well. Hybrid Steel says, I like Bill Murray because he's a Cubs, but he's a Cubs fan though. Okay, not a Cubs fan. Is that right, Mike? Sharon says, I've seen his movies. Yes. No, I'm not simulcasting. Thank you, Roz. I'm not simulcasting. I did some promos on Twitch, and I'm trying to get people over here, but I wanted to kind of just make this exclusive to you guys because, I don't want to deal with it. I tried it out. I experimented, and it wasn't really what I wanted it to be. There's Midnight Madness. Snatch that snatcher. Snatch the smash button. And so, I'm just going live here on YouTube, but I did a bunch of streams earlier on Twitch, and I'm hoping for people to come on over here from Twitch. And I want to do more on Twitch, so I'm thinking about maybe possibly having a different kind of entity on Twitch. Maybe something different. Oh, and by the way, big news. Midnight Madness in the house. Good to see you. Midnight, how are you? If you haven't smashed the snatch button, snatch that smash button right now. OMG. Did I just hear that right? Is that right, Neil? OMG. Neil says, booked my flights for Vid Summit. Just go to book some internal flights. Yes. Is Real Estate Whisperer here? I didn't see her. Good to see you, Real Estate Whisperer. If you're in the house, please leave a comment so I know you're here. And please share this out on Twitter. Share this out on Facebook. Let's get everybody going. Let's get everything cooking because I think this is going to be one of those shows you don't want to miss. I mean, no Nez Nation show is what you want to miss. But big news, announcement. So I've got some killer guests coming up on the podcast. Creators Alliance, good to see you. I've got some great guests coming. Yes, Simple B Beth. Yes, you're going to have to drive a ways away because I don't live in Los Angeles. I actually have decided, this is a decision that I made very, very recently. Thank you, Roz. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Roz. Creators Alliance in the house. Good to see you. Smash that smash button. Smash the button that looks like this. We call it the smash button. We call it the snatch button. We call it the mash button. Everything but what it really is supposed to be called, because that's how we do it here on Nez Nation Live. We don't do the conventional. We do the unconventional. Y'all know that. So I make a big announcement. So I've decided to bring over the Nez Nation Livestream podcast interview show over to my YouTube channel. It'll probably be a separate playlist, of course, but I'm going to be broadcasting those interviews just to bring multi-dimension to this channel. And that was a decision that was made very, very recently. So you've got some killer interviews coming up. Normally, if you don't know this or you're unaware of this, normally what we would do is we would do the interview live through our Facebook page as a Facebook Live show. But I want to move it on over here to YouTube and hopefully get it on Twitch and hopefully get it on, at least Twitch and YouTube. And so that's what the plan is. So, if you haven't hit that bell notification, not only you're going to get the live stream every single... Wait a minute. Is that an overlay? Is that an overlay? Caca? 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 Overlay alert. Overlay alert. Not only are we live every single Sunday... Okay, not only live every single Sunday, which, is fantastic, and it's usually a solo show, but we're going to be going live with our interviews, which later get turned into our podcast. A lot of creators have done this before, and they do this pretty regularly. It's nothing, I don't think it's anything new or something to, it's nothing new. I think a lot of creators do this. And so we're gonna be shooting our interview show right here on YouTube, and probably repurposing it on our Facebook page. And then definitely, as always, everything gets transferred over to our podcast. Are you subscribed to our podcast, by the way? Have you subscribed to the Nez Nation Live podcast? If you haven't, what in the world is wrong with you? What in the world are you waiting for? Hello? Hello, guys. We're on Spotify. We're on Radio Public. We're on Stitcher. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on iTunes. We're on Breaker. We're on Anchor. I mean, everywhere. So if you want to listen to Nez's soothing, who has a voice like Nez? It kind of borders on, masseuse I'm kind of like a masseuse for your eardrums. And, what's better than taking your dog for a walk or being on the treadmill or driving in the car and getting some dope-ass info on mindset and messaging? That's what we talk about here, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Hello. I can't think of a better thing. How many of you have subscribed to the podcast? Let me know. Let me know. Only 2 likes. Hey, come on. Let's hit that smash button. Let's smash the smash button. What in the world is going on, guys? Make sure you smash the smash button. Did you forget? Yeah, Neil, you might want to refresh. I've got more than that, actually. Thank you so much, Roz. I really, really appreciate that. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stony. So how many people have subscribed to the podcast? I think you should subscribe. Thank you so much, Beth. Okay, Beth says she's subbed to Anchor. Dom, did you subscribe to the podcast? I'm going to be busting some more podcast episodes for you guys because, if I'm a personal branding coach, if I'm helping you guys build your presence online, then one of the things that you need to understand is having what a lot of people have called an omni-channel presence. You must be everywhere. I believe you should be everywhere. You should give your consumers, you should give your audience as little friction as possible and as many opportunities to enjoy, as many opportunities to, get the most out of your content, get the most out of your info, info? What's info? Excuse me, waiter. Can I have a burger but without meat? Instead of meat, I'd like to have some info. Do you have any info burgers? What the hell does that mean? Midnight, what the hell's wrong with you, double M4 by Foe? Come on, Modern Madness. I called you Modern Madness again earlier, by the way, just to I don't know why. I think you should change your name. How many people, give me an emoji in the chat. How many people think Midnight Madness needs to change his name to Modern Madness? I'm just kidding, Midnight. I know you don't want to do that. Mia's in the house. Good to see you, Mia. Fantastic. Smoosh button. Yes, thank you, Neil. That's exactly right. Midnight Madness says, I might subscribe, though, since I might start my own, so I'll listen for an idea. Well, gee, thanks. Thanks for that. I really appreciate that, Midnight Madness. You're a hell of a supporter. With support like you, who needs enemies? Yes, smash the Nez button. Maybe we should change it to the Nez button. I like that. Thank you so much, Creators Alliance. I really, really appreciate that. Rod says, infused with info. I love it. Yes, infused with info. Smash that smash button as you come in. So, so wherever you listen to podcasts, we're pretty much there. You could even find Nez Nation Live on Amazon Alexa. So, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please. What happened, Mia? Oh, no. Mia woke up fuzzy 2 days at the hospital. Oh, no. I hope everything's okay. Wishing you the best. Interestingly enough, or incidentally enough, I was talking earlier about... I was talking. Yes. How many think Professor Nez should change his YouTube channel to Professor Snatch? I do. I vote. Yes, Christian Reddy's in the house. Christian, make sure you smash the smash button. Good to see you, Christian. Fantastic. Mia, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay. Really quickly. Yes, incoming spaceman. That is absolutely right. I love it. Good to see you, Christian. Launchpad Astronomy in the house. Good to see you. Okay, good. Baby's put to sleep. Now it's time to have some fun. So Mia, before Midnight Madness got in here and just screwed the pooch. Luis is in the house. What up, Luis? My mod squad. The mod squad is in the house. Good to see the mod squad is here. I was telling Nez Nation about this accident that my wife, literally witnessed right in front of her, and she does not exaggerate. She said it was one of the craziest things she's ever seen. And this is what this show is all about. One of the things that I want to talk about, what I feel Bill Murray brings to the table, and just to kind of enlighten you if you haven't heard... there's a really killer new special on Netflix, which kind of documents or sort of commentates on these stories that are kind of going around about Bill Murray doing these really amazingly cryptic and mystical and legendary things like, showing up random places and crashing weddings or... going to frat parties and doing the dishes. I mean, going to frat parties and doing the dishes, like really kind of what I think a lot of people think or would categorize as bizarre. But what I feel, and I'll tell you my perspective on this, is something that I think is a real absolute ninja black belt in personal branding. Done the right way, done the Nez Nation way, which is bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Somebody who's actually using their fame, somebody who's using their notoriety in a way to kind of shake things up, in a way to kind of wake people up, get people out of their stupor. And he's doing it in a way that is so not invasive or so not, he's not imposing his will. He's not imposing who he is. He's doing it in a way that is staying right here, right now. I'm going to say that probably a couple more times in this live stream. Excuse me. But he's doing some real legendary things. And he's stimulating this unbelievable myth. He's creating this unbelievable conversation about him. It's very rare that you hear anybody say a bad thing about Bill Murray or say something commonplace or boring about Bill Murray. And I call him a sort of walking, living, breathing poet. He's not a poet who writes, he's a poet who executes. So his actions, his very breath, his very being is almost like poetry. And how can we learn from that? What can we learn from that? And so that's what that's kind of what I think and let's just jump into it. I think at the impetus of that, I think the sort of one sentence takeaway, if you will, from all these legendary, strange, bizarre, funky, things that he's doing. Hybrid. He's probably just like, well, I'm rich, famous. Let's just watch dishes at Michelle's wedding today. Yeah, why not? Because that's what you see rich, famous people do, right? It's interesting because it's. Thank you so much, Beth. I really appreciate you big time. Thank you so much. It's interesting to me because I guess what I'm trying to say is if there is such a thing as a way of pinning it down in very clear terms and maybe just one sentence, I would say what Bill Murray embodies and what he can teach us about personal branding, about life, is embracing the moment. Living so spontaneously that it's very hard. If you live spontaneously, if you conduct yourself in a spontaneous improvisational manner, which he comes from Second City, Chicago, which probably some of the greatest comedians, greatest entertainers, greatest performers, I'm not going to go through the sort of litany of people who've come from Second City, Chicago, but if you research it, it's like rock star after rock star after rock star in the world of entertainment, not just comedy. If you live your life in this spontaneous way, you will truly be creating something almost every single day. And it is a complete rebuke to a life of mediocrity. It is a complete rebuke to a boring existence. If you're ever feeling bored, I would say shame on you. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't feel, like, I don't really feel like doing anything today? I just feel like, no. It doesn't feel like, I am so vehemently opposed this mindset that you should always be happy. You should always be pumped up. You should always be excited. And you should always, seize the day. And you should always have all these lame, mushy quotes floating all around your refrigerator in your office. And if you're not exhibiting 1,000,000,000% positivity and enthusiasm, that you're missing out, that there's something, defective about you. I think that's a bunch of absolute capital BS. Living a spontaneous, improvisational life is about embracing the moment. It's about embracing what's happening right here, right now. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Hey, Bill, if you're watching, if you're watching right now, do some ironing. I love it, Neil. That's fantastic. Ross says my floor needs a vacuum. I love it. That's yeah. Come on by. My driveway needs to be whitewashed. That's fantastic. So this is something that this is what I feel is more so than mindset, more so than messaging, more so than, it is mindset, but more so than any other kind of aspect. This is what I feel is at the root of everybody's success, at the root of everybody's ability to live a life. Okay, forget personal branding. This has everything to do with personal branding. This has everything to do with building an online presence. But to me, this is at the root of, getting the most juice you can out of this thing called life. I really do. Because what most people do when they're living, day to day, when they're living, eating, sleeping, breathing in their day-to-day normal lives, most people do this. They're in the moment, but when they're in the moment, they're not in the moment because they're thinking about tomorrow or they're thinking about what happened yesterday. So for example, I know most of you do this. Give me a car emoji or any kind of emoji if you do this. I know most of us do this. I do this too. You're in the car, and instead of feeling the wheel, instead of feeling the road, instead of feeling the air, the oxygen, maybe the wind blowing our hair, or being, on that road, feeling the energy of the other cars and feeling, a part of this crazy thing called driving, we're thinking about, oh crap, okay, I gotta make sure I call the dentist back. I got that meeting at 9. I gotta pick up the kids. I told my wife I'd get her a cup of coffee. I gotta cancel that insurance appointment. Or we're thinking about what happened yesterday. I can't believe he said that about me, or I can't believe they're gonna make me go in there for another department meeting, or why in the world did nobody show up to my, whatever. We're constantly thinking about what's happening tomorrow or what's happening yesterday. And the only time you can think about tomorrow is right here, right now. And the only time you can think about yesterday is right here, right now. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that funny cartoon about the clock, that every single number, the clock is now, because there really is no such thing as tomorrow. There really is no such thing as yesterday, because every time I wake up, it turns into today. So there really is no such thing as tomorrow, because everything is happening right now. Everything is happening. Now, that's not to say you don't have plans, you don't have goals, you don't try to, of course. No, of course. We're not being ridiculous here. But what we're saying is that the only time you can ever think about tomorrow, the only time that ever exists, is right here, right now. I want to thank D. Nimmin. D. Nimmin just shared on Twitter. Thank you so much, D. You are the man. Had a great stream, as you always do. Every single Saturday and Sunday, the Nimminati in the house. Good to see you guys. Let's see here. Let's see. Hybrid says, let me check out the chat. Nope, when I drive, my mind is on the road, just in case some moron cuts me up. Yeah, I mean, let's just face it. Everybody and their mother. And one more time, if you're just joining us, make sure you smash the smash button coming in. Make sure you snatch the smash button, as Midnight Madness would say, not Modern Madness, even though he's a modern nut job. Yeah, I think that pretty much everybody, I'm pretty much, everybody, I think everybody suffers from this from time to time. I think everybody has this happen from time to time. And, I think what Bill Murray is doing is, and it's really interesting, because every story you hear about Bill Murray, and I'm talking really about what Bill Murray's doing in the past 8 to 10 years. No, I don't think he really did a lot of this stuff when he was at the peak of his fame. But what he's really trying to do is he's just being himself. That's what he's doing. And he wants to engage with people on a normal level. It must be insane being that famous, because I mean, I know some people who just have a little bit of internet fame. I mean, barely any internet fame, and they have insane lives. I can't imagine being on the level of like a Bill Murray. I can't even imagine being on the level of like a Beyonce or whatever. That must be a life that is just fraught with, it must be difficult to know which way is up and down. It must be difficult to know which person is unique, which person is being genuine, which person is just kind of pulling your leg. It must be really difficult to go anywhere. I'm assuming you probably won't be able to go anywhere. You couldn't just go to a ball game. You couldn't just go to the restaurant or a store. I mean, but he does. That's what's really cool about him. He doesn't allow he's almost like wielding his fame as this sort of wake-up wand, where he's giving people experiences through the fact that he is who he is. He's very aware of that. And he's giving people experiences. So showing up at like a frat party and doing the dishes, or, there's another story where he went into the bathroom and covered somebody's eyes while they were urinating and just whispered in their ear, nobody's ever going to believe you, and then just walked out. Or just show up at a random event, a wedding or what have you, or just show up at a house party, and just completely dives into his very subtle, spontaneous self. Like, he's not screaming, "I'm Bill Murray, listen to me. You guys should be thankful that I'm here." He's literally just being there as a human being. And what's the mantra of Nez Nation Live? Bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And so one of the things that I think Bill Murray teaches us more than anything is to be human to each other. D. Niman in the house. Good to see you. Patty, how are you? Fantastic. Good to see you, Patty. Oh, it's so great to see you, Patty. Fantastic. Happy Sunday. D. Niman, what up, D? Good to see you. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing on Twitter. I really appreciate it, D. Good to see you. Awesome stream as always. Earlier this morning. Great to see you. Beth says, my brother watched and told me about the Bill Murray show. I didn't get the assignment, Professor. Wish I had seen it before this stream. Oh, no, actually, go check it out. It's not one of those things where you need to... it's not one of those things where you need to watch it before this stream. No. It's a really intriguing, cool live stream. Because, El Jefe Reviews, good to see you, man. Fantastic. Great to see you. Make sure you smash the smash button as you're coming in. D, if you haven't already. El Jefe, please smash that button. That like button, I really appreciate it. We call it the snatch button, the smash button, the Nez button, the mash button. We call it all sorts of things other than what it really should be. So, yeah, I think what the documentary really reveals a lot of the stuff that I'm kind of talking about, but I'm kind of giving my own kind of personal commentary on it because I'm intrigued by this type of living, by this type of expression, and how there's nobody else with his kind of power, because it is a power having that kind of notoriety and fame. And it's a very short documentary. Go check it out. It's awesome. And what he's really doing to me, in my mind, and why this relates to you, because so many of us, we only care about the likes. So many of us, we only care about the subscribers. So many of us, we only care about, and I've seen this at certain conferences that I've gone to, and I think the person who doesn't do this more than anybody is D and Nick. But I've seen so-called YouTube influencers, so-called Instagram, whatever, so-called Facebook, whatever, they have a very haughty kind of superior attitude as they walk the hallways and byways of these conferences. And you try to engage with them, and it's almost like they're looking at you and sizing you up like, are you worth my time? Like, how many followers do you have? How many subscribers do you have? You're too small a channel to be talking to somebody like me. And thankfully, that has not happened a lot. I would say that's a very small minority, but it does happen. And I think Nick and D are the exact opposite. Like, Nick and D are giants in this space. So appreciative of the hashtag Niminati. Give me some hashtag Niminati in the chat. And make sure you go give them some love. And if you're just coming in, make sure you smash that smash button and share this out, please. The mantra of this channel is bringing more humanness to this digitalness, mindset and messaging. Who are you? What in the world are you all about? How do you get that message out there? I hope to God this never happens to me. I'm going to try with every fiber of my being. But I do know that the fire-breathing dragon of a little bit of fame and notoriety can swallow people up. And it can force people to stop being human and be this sort of, entourage or brand or, empire, if you will. And things just naturally change. Power is a very intoxicating drug, okay? And with that kind of intoxication, it can transform people. I've seen it 1,000,006 times. I've seen it happens all the time. And I don't know who Bill Murray is. I mean, I've seen his show, and I've obviously been inspired by him. I don't know him on a personal level. Thank you so much. Yes, El Jefe, good to see you. Stony, thank you so much, D. You rock, D. I'm so glad you're still up. It really means a lot to me. Thank you, Neil. Nimmy Nezzy hybrid. Nimmy Nezzy. I like that. Oh, God. That is so bad. Nimmy Nezzy. Holy macadamia nut. What in the world are we coming to here? Oh my God, that sounds like a really bad cartoon character or something. Nimmy Nezzy's coming to a town near you. Hide your kids, lock your doors. Here comes Nimmy Nezzy. So, yeah, very good, Luis. Very, very good. And so a lot of my clients and a lot of you who send me emails and send me messages, what am I supposed to do, Nez? How am I supposed to act in front of a camera? How am I supposed to, how do you act when you're just hanging out with your friends? Or that's how you should treat. I don't, I never, ever, ever plan out my live streams. I don't even plan out my content. I never do. Now, does that mean that I don't prepare? Does that mean that I don't research, that I don't strategize? Well, of course that's not what it means. But when I get in front of y'all, I treat it as if I'm meeting you for coffee and we're just having a conversation. When you're having a conversation with your friends, you don't pre-plan, pre-bullet point, pre-strategize. No, you don't. When you're building a personal brand, when you're building an online presence that resonates with your authenticity, that communicates that humanness of who you are, and you want to feel inclusive and you want to invite people in, I think that spontaneous embrace of the moment is everything. If I plan these live streams out, if I plan my content out, I would shoot myself in the forehead. I'd never do it again. It would kill me. Now, that's just me. I'm not saying that there's other creators out there who, they plan every single millisecond of their content in their live streams. And that's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. I totally think that's fantastic. There's whatever works for you. I always say whatever works for you. But but I think this specifically applies, this stream and what we're talking about with Bill Murray's, embracing of the moment. If you're wondering, if you're still stifled, because I know some of you are, I've talked to you, I've met with you, I've hung out with you, we've been doing these streams for a very, very long time. If you're still kind of feeling that trepidation, if you're still kind of tiptoeing, and you're kind of going back and forth, you're seesawing, should I, shouldn't I, analysis paralysis, you're letting the dude inside your head win whose favorite word is can't. Y'all know who that dude is, because every human being has one of those dudes. Then please heed this. Please listen to this. If you trust the lack of control, if you trust the lack of direction that life inherently ordains and that life inherently emits, then you can create content, you can build a personal brand that is quote unquote personal. It's personal because it's you. And talk about branding. Branding 101. What an amazing thing. Bill Murray's creating this legend. He's creating, it's like curiosity marketing to the max. Neil says, fame can be the making or breaking. I have many friends who are international DJs. Yeah. But some let it go to their heads. Right, exactly. And you have to be, you have to be reasonable, within reason, right? If you get to a point or to a level where your time is extremely, extremely, sparse, and you can't give your time to everybody, that's totally fine. I get that. But if you're still being a human being about it, and you're not being, you're not exhibiting this hubris or this insane ego about it, I think that's fine. I think people need to understand sometimes, there's all sorts of creators that I meet at these conferences, and, I try to get interviews with them. I understand that their time is valuable. I understand that it's very difficult for them to even give me 5, 10, 15 minutes. So I respect that. But if they do it you can feel it out. It's in their vibology. You just know, and deep down in your heart, that person's an a-hole. The way that they're talking to me, the way that they're kind of dismissing me, or the way that they're, just the way that they're behaving because they have, a certain number of followers or subscribers or a little bit of internet notoriety. I don't ever want to have that happen to me. I'm going to try with every fiber of my being not to let that happen to me. Roz says, I'm having coffee with friends. That's my mindset when I go into a live. Yes, that's a terrific mindset to have. I mean, you don't plan what you're going to say. I mean, it's the same thing, though. Think about it, Roz. I mean, it's really the same thing. Sweeney Dunstan Gaming. Good to see you, Sweeney. Good. All right. Come on in. Make sure you smash the smash button. If you haven't smashed the smash button, smash it. Dan Norton in the house. Dan Norton, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Fantastic. I saw some of your Instagram photos where you were at Video Creators Meetup. That was really, really cool. Good to see you, Dan. D says, at some level, you have to unfortunately let some people down. Yeah, and I think that like if people don't understand that, I think that's on them. Like that's on them. That has nothing to do with you. So if people can't figure out that, like, look, I don't, but I think there's a way of communicating that. There's a way of getting that across, right, D? And D and Nick are just, there's a reason why D and Nick are growing the way they're growing. And all the tactics aside, which is what this exact live stream is all about, all the best practices and tips and tricks and flicks and whatever, they're being more human than anybody else. And when I say this, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even exaggerating one iota. Nick and Dee, which I've had the fortune of meeting at several conferences now, have been more human than anybody else I've met. And I've met them all, including Gary Vee, including whatever. I've met them all. And I don't think I could literally go on the record and say, maybe Dan, I met Dan in person. Dan's very, very human. Dan's a rock star. And I can't wait to meet Neil and Beth and Midnight and Hybrid, and Christian is awesome, Luis. But I'm telling you right now, the more human you are, I think the more people will understand. And if you still let them down after that, there's nothing else you can do about it. There's just nothing else you can do about it. That's it. So, Sweeney Dunstan Gaming, yes, good to see you. So here's another thing. You're absolutely welcome, brother. And please, please keep it up. Keep up the fantastic work. Keep up the fantastic content creation. Just love the live streams. D, you're just on fuego, which is probably not even a word, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're on fuego, which is sort of Spanglish for you're on fire. So living, I think I have so much I've learned, and this actually comes with serious, trust in the unknown. I really think it does. It really has trust in the unknown. You have to trust that you're not sure where this may head. If you're wondering, well, Nez, you're talking about Bill Murray teaching us about life and personal branding. You're talking about spontaneously embracing the moment. Let's get tactical. If you want to get tactical, I can get tactical. I think the important thing to do is trust that you are not sure how this is going to turn out. And don't have these expectations that you're going to knock it out of the park every time. Be okay with things not turning out the way you think they should or the way that you perceive that they should. Be okay with the direction and flow of the day, of the night, of the hour, of the live stream, of the podcast, of the video, of the launch. Be okay with that not turning out the way that you maybe expected it to. I'm not saying don't have high hopes and high expectations and you put a lot of work in, and but don't let it dissuade you. Don't let it cause you to kind of walk on eggshells every single time you go up there, and every single time that you want to create something, that you want to do something, or that every time you walk out the door. Because if you're wanting to, this is what I feel, and this is just my opinion. I'd love to, yes, be water, my friend. That's exactly right. If you want to, I think what's really important is if you want to live a life that is much more spontaneous and embraces the moment, you have to be okay with things not turning out perfect. And I have no problem with this live stream being the shittiest live stream that's ever been produced. I have no problem with that. Will I be upset about it? Will I be bummed about it? I'm a human being, of course. I want to be the greatest live stream podcaster on the planet, which I think I'm really damn close. No ego here, folks. But, I'm okay with it not turning out perfect. And this comes with a little bit of age. This comes with a little bit of maturity. This comes with a little bit of, a whole lot of, learning and falling. But, yes, absolutely, Luis. Nothing is a guarantee. And I love the fact, I love this. Be water, my friend. Yes. To learn from Bruce Lee, adaptation. I mean, most of us, we try to force things to happen. Most of you are trying to force it too much instead of allowing it to happen. That's what kind of be water, and I've talked about this on previous streams before, what be water is all about. Living that spontaneous life is a liquid life. Living that sort of momentary embrace is a liquid life. It's a fluid life. It's not a staticky, rocky, choppy, stagnant thing. It's this. It's not this. Okay, I've got this at 5, this at 4, this at 3. I'm going to do this at 2, do this at 12. Pick the, and I'm not knocking scheduling. I'm not knocking, I'm not knocking any of that stuff. I do it. You have to do it. But it's a fluid thing. It's a water thing. It's a just seeing where the day takes you. It's a trust in not knowing what the hell's going to happen. It's a trust in the unknown. It's a trust in the process. It's a trust in the unfolding of this thing called LIFE, which you have very little control over. I hate to break it to you, but you really don't. Planet Nez, that's right. That's exactly right. Mia says, flexibility is hard when you had plans and they don't work out when you want, but you have to go with the change. It's a little easier when you get older, sometimes. Yes, sometimes. And by the way, does this mean that thank you so much, Sweeney. I appreciate that. I really do. Every single Sunday, who's ready for an overlay alert? Who's ready for a brand new overlay to come at you right now? Give me a funky emoji. Christian, I'm counting on you right here. Give me a funky emoji for the weekly overlay alert that alerts you to what time we go live every single Sunday. Who's ready for that? Let me know, because it's coming in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Bam. Live every single Sunday. Live every single Sunday, Sweeney, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. We go live, we talk about mindset and messaging, bringing more humanness to this digitalness, helping you build an online presence that makes you more money, grows your business, advances your career, builds your community. That's what we're all about here on Nez Nation Live. And look who just joined the foray. Hello, Cricket. Good to see you, Cricket. Great to see you. How are you doing? Good to see Cricket in the house. And so, yes, thank you so much, Sweeney. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, let me do some emojis here. Okay, Christian's got something cool. Bicycle for Roz. What do we got? Super Dave is still here. Good to see you, Super Dave. And there we go, Beth. Yes, absolutely. I know you love those overlays. How could you not love these overlays? Which, by the way, Christian, I don't have to have you do this anymore. By the way, if you've enjoyed these live streams, if you've enjoyed me going live every single week, and you learned a little bit something, you got a little bit of value out of these live streams, but you want a little bit more, you got to go enroll in our sponsor here, beyondtheboxacademy.com. This is the greatest online academy teaching you personal branding, content creation, leadership skills, LinkedIn. I mean, just everything to do with 21st century communications and business. It is the greatest academy on the planet. And we've got our flagship course, Personal Branding 101. You gotsta. I mean, you just gotsta. Go check it out. You can enroll for free, but I worked my ass off on the flagship course, Personal Branding 101, how you can make more money with your brand. And you got to go check that out at beyondtheboxacademy.com. Go enroll. What in the void? What in the void, as Papa Irving would say? What in the void are you waiting for? For crying out loud. What are you, nuts? What are you, crazy? You're not enrolling in Beyond the Box Academy? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? I mean, you must be out of your freaking mind over here. So go check it out. Go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. If you have not, Cricket and others, make sure you... Neil cracks me up. I only come for the overlays. Forget the content, Nez. Forget the fact that you blood, sweat, and cry up and tear, and you show all your emotions. We had a midnight Nez stream the other week, or whenever that was. I can't remember. I think it was last Monday. Never mind all that. I come for the overlays. Dave says I come for the macadamia nuts. Yes, that's some serious merch right there. Which, by the way, if you can't tell, I've got my new shirt. What the hell's going on here? Can you see this? I've got my new shirt. It's got my Nez Nation. God, I've got too many damn overlays in the way. I can't see it. What's the matter with you? You got a problem? I'll tell you something. I'll show you a problem. So I'm telling you guys, yes, thank you so much, Luis. I can do many voices, okay? You don't want to know how many voices are in this kooky brain, y'all. You just don't want to know. Now, can you imagine if I planned any of that stuff out? If I wasn't okay with spontaneity? I'm telling you guys, it's the best way to live. It's the best way to communicate your brand. That's what Bill Murray teaches. That's what we can learn from Bill Murray. And it's not forced. You can tell when it's forced. It's not forced. It's just there. It's just natural. It's real. It's authentic. It's just you being you. That's it. That's all it is. It's the overdose, Christian. That's right. Thank you, Cricket. Best overlays ever. I feel like some of this stuff is very sarcastic. Am I incorrect? Oh, it's so good to see you guys. I love you guys every single week. I just love it. Yes, you need a tennis and cricket emoji because y'all know that's my favorite sport, tennis. The Australian Open is starting very, very soon. Next week, right, Roz? The Australian Open. Go Federer. Screw Nadal. Screw Djokovic. Go Federer. It's all about Federer. If you're a Nadal or Djokovic fan, you can leave just like right now. No, I'm kidding. It's okay. I don't really care. But I am a huge Federer fan. Yes, at Professor Nez. Thank you so much. You are like a male me. I am nuts too. Thank you. Okay, good. Fantastic, Mia. That's good to know. All right, that's great. You see, we're so connected. What are you doing not getting into Beyond the Box Academy? I mean, you gotta be crazy. You got to be crazy not to get in to beyondtheboxacademy.com. It's the greatest university on the planet. It's the greatest online academy you could ever find. I mean, you couldn't find another academy like this. It's impossible. I got so many voices in my head, it's not even funny. I should probably be committed, as my wife likes to say. Yes, Midnight Madness 4x4, a.k.a. Modern Madness. Good to see you. Lee Reynolds Incarnate, the prof with a million voices. Doesn't that sound like a Barnum and Bailey showcase, doesn't it? That's pretty killer. See, Hybrid found the tennis emoji. There it is. That's what she said, Charlie. That's exactly right. So how many of you know somebody who you feel, are you serious, Dan? Is that true? Whoa, Dan, you got to get Nez some Oz Open tickets, bro. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. Sweeney, same thing my wife says. That's exactly right. Ricardo, Dricky Ricardo, honey, I'm home. Honey, I'm home. So, yeah. So this is what's this is what's allowed me to build a brand myself. That I think first of all. Here's another thing, too, that I say all the time. It's really as simple as this equation. It really is literally as simple as this equation. And I want you guys to tell me what you think of this. And this relates to everything. Oh, very cool, Dan. Yeah, I keep forgetting sometimes how amazing our Nez Nation family is. We got DJs, we've got educators, we've got teachers, coaches, trainers, live streamers, podcasters, content creators, YouTubers. I mean, we got it all, y'all. Where else are you going to go to find such a cacophony? How many times have I said that? Where are you going to find this rambling group of ramblers and gamblers and disruptors and innovators? Where else are you going to go? Right here on Nez Nation Live. Who's ready for an overlay? I think that demands an overlay, because where else are you going to find them? You're going to find them on Nez Nation Live. And if you're not sure, I'd like to remind you how often we do this. There she blows. There she blows. Now you guys got me really funky and loopy. I don't think too many people can handle spontaneous Nez. Spontaneous Nez can kind of get out of control. Every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, that's 5 p.m. Eastern, we go live right here, youtube.com/Professor Nez or professornez.com/live streams. We've got an entire repository, a huge library of content. You can check out all my live streams. You can check out all of my videos. You can check out, by the way, if you haven't already, I'd like to talk about this. And I want to get back to the quote. Roz, remind me. Roz, remind me, because sometimes this brain goes in 75 directions at once. But I want to thank you, Sweeney. I'm so glad you're here, Sweeney. It's so nice to have you as an honorary member of Nez Nation Live in the Nez Nation family. So I actually want to share with you my latest content, kind of, and I talked about this last week as well. But I actually want to share with you, I want to share with you what I've been kind of experimenting with, what I've been kind of doing. And the cool thing about this software is I can actually do it. And in case you haven't seen it yet, what in the world are you doing? How come you have not seen the latest video, the latest vlog from yours truly? I'm going to show you just a really quick clip. Charlie drunk is awesome. So I'm going to show you just a really quick clip, because this has been sort of it's been a really cool, what I feel like it's been, I've enjoyed it. It seems like I've been getting pretty good feedback on this, but I'm doing a new series for my latest keynote speech that I did at Westcom on personal branding. And I vlogged the entire thing. It's going to be probably 3 to 4 parts. Part 2 will come out next week, or this week, I'm sorry. Or, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, whatever, this Thursday or this Tuesday. Just make sure you hit the bell. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that little bell doohickey so that when I publish them, it goes cuckoo. Here comes cuckoo. Nez just published a video. You get that little banner across your phone or your device or your desktop, and you'll never miss another Nez. You'll never miss another Nez. Yes, you are. You are an honorary member. And so I want to show you a clip really quickly if you haven't already seen it. And this is something I'm very, very proud of. And I'd love for you guys to let me know if you haven't seen this yet. Go check it out as soon as we're done here. Go check it out, because I've been getting some pretty insane commentary, and I've been getting some pretty insane feedback on the vlog. So here's just a quick intro clip. Check it out. One of the things that, this is literally the beginning of part 1 of the vlog. One of the things that I've been doing a lot more of is just trying to be more inclusive and trying to be more, like, really, so you can be a fly on the wall and just, like, let the scene kind of breathe. Like, notice this. This is the beginning of the vlog, and it's already like 35 seconds of me doing what? What am I doing? Really nothing. I'm watching TV. I'm in the hotel room. I'm going to give the speech the next day. This is the night before, and this is my vlog. It's very just personal, and it's very just, I just kind of like it. This is an old school method, but I'm shining the kind of white part of my beautiful leather Vans. Look how nice these shoes are. Vans, you need to hit me up for a sponsor deal. I'm always pitching. Sorry. But I'm using an old washcloth with some soap because I got a big keynote presentation tomorrow, as you know. Oh, boy. In the next couple of scenes, you're going to see absolute fire. So I dropped the washcloth like an idiot. As I was saying that, I dropped my washcloth. I'm going to do that again. Take two. It's like a David Lynch movie. I absolutely love it. That's so good. Yeah, so I'm thank you so much, by the way, those of you who actually watched it. So I'm very intrigued, and I'm trying to mix it up. Like, I'm trying to mix up the content, and I'm trying to give you guys just different dimensions and different, I'm really trying. I really am. Like, I'm trying really hard to not, do the same thing over and over again, and that's really, really important to me. Was it really? Thank you, Roz. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Very, very cool. So you guys, this kind of stuff fascinates me. I love the little idiosyncrasies, little peccadillos about human beings in life, like how you choose socks. And it's very Larry David-esque, but I absolutely love it. And so that's really cool, Roz. So you guys kind of do the same thing. You're like, well, it's too early to shave, too many cuts. Yeah, I thought that was something that was kind of unique or something, maybe not a lot of people, but not unique in the sense that it's me, but unique in the sense that I don't think a lot of people talk about that. It's like a David Lynch film. Christian, you're amazing. I love it. You must have been there when I was talking about Ingmar Bergman and Fellini and Antonioni, right? Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Nez Summit. We got to get Nez Summit cooking. Neil, get that shit together, will you? Oh, that's fantastic. Mainly just shampoo and conditioner. Nice. That's what you do with your beard. Nice, Mike. I love it. Thank you so much, Sweeney. I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell, because part two of the vlog is going to be coming out next week. Now, is it going to be only in 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts? You guys know me. I don't ever plan like that. But I do know this. I'm going to try to make you feel like you're literally in my lap the entire time that, I'm giving my speech. I want you to be, okay, that didn't sound good. And I know that Midnight Madness and Neil are going to go to town on that one. But no, I want you guys to feel like you're right there. I want you guys to feel like you're right there with me, and that means, yes, Nez Summit in Liverpool. Well, we're going to get the boys together. We're going to, have a good time about it. And, I talked to Paul, and Paul's like, didn't really know what to do about it. I can't do Liverpool. I tried to do Liverpool. It's not working. There goes those voices again. It's a strange place, this, sweetie, with the occasional overlays, which reminds me, no, I'm not going to do it again. But what time do we go live, folks? What time? Okay, I lied. I am going to do it. What time do we go live, folks? Somebody tell me, or just say we'd like to see the overlay. Who would like to see the overlay? Give me something in the chat. I want unique, cool, different emojis. Somebody give me an animal if you want to see the overlay. Give me anything else if you don't want to see the overlay. Give me some kind of animal emoji if you want to see the overlay, and give me like give me a fire or a disc or a joystick emoji or something if you don't want to see the overlay. I need an adult. Sweeney, yes, don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. I'll take good care of yous. No worries. I'll take good care of yous. Roz, what is that, a gymnast? Roz says that's a gymnast. Yes, every Sunday. Thank you, Super Dave. I appreciate you, Super Dave. Nice. So I'm really kind of, I'm getting back into the vlog mode. I haven't vlogged in a really, really long time, and I'm getting very, very much so into it. Yes, thank you, Sweeney. Okay, Sweeney, since you are a brand new honorary member of the Nez Nation family, I'm going to overlay your ass. Check it out. When do we go live, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we go up, wrong overlay. This is what happens with spontaneous Nez. Everything starts going awry. We go live every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And no, Dan, I'm not going to do the Bird Box version this time. But yes, we go live every single Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific. See, it's a party. When you live spontaneously, as Bill Murray teaches us, it's a party. I know you guys have been on live streams before where you feel like it's almost like it's a boring lecture. It's like you're in a lecture hall or something. It's like a boring class. But you're still learning stuff. But thank you, Neil. Neil, thank you for the super chat. $4.99 super chat. Show me the damn overlay. Thank you so much. Okay, I did. I showed it just for you, Neil. And for Neil, I'm going to show it one more time. I'm going to show it one more time for Neil. I'm going to show the overlay just because Neil is just that special. And you've busted a super chat. There you go, Neil. There's your overlay right there every Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you smash the smash button, smash the bell so you don't miss a thing, so you don't miss anything, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you. I started animating my overlays. Okay, very cool. Oh, yeah, so remember, Roz, I'm using Ecamm for Mac. So I'm not real crazy about it, I'll be honest with you. And I'll share with you a link if you want to get a discount on it. Just send me a private message. It's really not that expensive, but I'll send you an affiliate link if you want to get a discount so you don't have to pay as much. But yes, make sure. Sorry, Christian. Multitasking. You should be giving your undivided attention. What in the world is the matter with you, Christian? Yes, that's it. That's it. Pass me the tissues. Somebody get a Valium for Neil. He's about to lose it, folks. Beyond the Bird Box overlay. Oh, Dan, you just nailed it. Dan, you just nailed it. I absolutely love it. Good job, Dan. Holy mackerel, you guys are on fire. I mean, I love getting roasted by my own audience. There's nothing better than that. I mean, that just gets me cooking. I love it. So there's no way we could have... So every single Sunday, I'm not going to do the overlay again. Every single Sunday, it's a party here. And your live stream, your content should... I mean, I think it... Not all of it, of course, because I believe in you, Midnight Nez. Midnight Nez is definitely not Sunday Nez. And Neil and Hybrid and others and Christian and Luis, they know all about Midnight Nez and Roz. Midnight Nez is a completely different Nez. But, I try to really make this so much fun because one of the things that you need to understand if you want to build your presence online is you've got to encapsulate attention. It's very difficult to encapsulate attention if you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again, which is what Bill Murray teaches us about life and personal branding, is mixing it up. Mixing it up. Get out of your routine. Get out of your habits. Get out of the same paradigm. Get out of the same pattern. Mix it up. Throw a monkey in your wrench. Do something completely off the wall. Do something different. And watch what happens. Your audience gets engaged. Your audience... You will encapsulate more attention because some of people ask me to be on their podcast. They ask me to be on, their show, and I go on their show and it's like, hi, welcome to our live stream show. Today we've got Professor Nez. Professor Nez is a... Oh, sorry. What happened? And I'm not making fun of it. I'm not judging, but I'm just saying, it's not a chore. This isn't like, you're not taking out the trash here, folks. You're not watering the lawn. You're not, picking up groceries. Like, get into it, man. Get a little lively. Now, when I say this too, I want to be very, very clear. I want to be very, very clear. So I'm going to meet the new Nez. Hashtag new Nez. That's right, Roz. So I actually think, oh my God, what is happening here? Neil, holy mackerel. Somebody call the censorship board, please. No. I think if you're not dressed right now, please place your boxers on. Thank you so much. Or at least a tarp or something, perhaps a sheet would be great. If you want to encapsulate attention, if you want it to be interesting to people, it's got to be 1,000,000,000% you, but also this is what I know happens. And this is what I think living spontaneously does. I know this happens. Okay, that I might not mind so much, Beth. Excuse me. Is my wife watching? No. That I might not watch so much. Yes. Yes, party. That's right, Cricket. Exactly. So yeah, and Nez thinks I'm a whack job. Not even close. Not even close. All the myths have been dispelled. All questions have been answered. Midnight Madness. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so, you got to be 1,000,000,000% you. But I know most of you do this. I know most of you have that itch, that urge. I want to try something new. I want to try something different. But then here comes this dude. I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think your audience is going to like that. I think you're going to look like a fool. I think it's going to look stupid. Most people don't think you're this, or most people don't think you're funny, or don't try to be something you're not. Or, don't just keep it safe. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. I know most of you guys do that. Because when I first started, I was kind of putting on this, it takes time. I've been doing this since 2015, at least live streaming. I've been teaching and coaching since I was 12, But, it takes time to get to that level of comfortability. So don't think it's going to happen right away. But yeah, when, there were times where I felt like, I'm like, what am I doing? I don't know if I told you guys this story, but when I first started teaching, and this was when most of you guys were in your diapers, when I first started teaching, I was so nervous. If you think about teaching, when you get in front of a classroom full of students, think about it. That's a live stream. Every single day I was doing a live stream. Every single day I was giving a public speaking, engagement. I was giving a speech. Every day I went to work, I was giving a live stream, right? Pretty much. It was live in person in front of 20, 30, sometimes 200 people in an auditorium at the university. So think about that. When I first started out, I'll never forget the day that everything switched. I thought I had to be like the quintessential teacher. I thought I had to be very A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I thought I had to be very, okay, step 1, step 2, step 3. And I was bored to death. And I looked out to my classroom and I could literally see the cartoon Z's permeating off their brows. They were gone. They weren't there. And this was kind of before cell phones. This is before Facebook. This was before, social media really was what it is today. And, they were gone. I could see it in their eyes. So they may not have been on their phones. They may not have been, distracted by electronical things or devices, but I could see it. They were gone. And more importantly, I was gone. I was like, before I even started my teaching career, I turned into a drone. I turned into just nothing but dreck. It was just utter dreck. And then one day I started teaching Charlie Chaplin. I'll never forget the day it changed. And it was completely unplanned. It was completely spontaneous. I'll never forget. I was doing a literature survey, a review on a short story by Margaret Atwood, as a matter of fact. And I'll never forget. I put down the chalk, and I said, you know what? F it. I can tell you guys are gone. I can tell you guys aren't even here. I could tell you could give a rat's ass about Margaret Atwood in this short story. And I started talking about this dude. And I started talking about what was inside my chest. I started talking about life. I started talking about all the things that I talk about now in my live streams and my content. And I started using Charlie Chaplin as the sort of epicenter of this one lecture that changed everything to me. And guys, the looks in their eyes, I could feel an explosion went off in the room. Everybody was riveted to their seats. They were locked on me. People's hands were shooting up like lightning. Everything changed. Because I started talking to them. I started treating them like human beings. I reacted to them. I adapted to them. I was living spontaneously, not this stiff, rigid, very premeditated way that I was doing the entire semester prior. And that's why I lost them. And from that day forth, I'll never forget this. I was a very young professor. From that day forth, everything changed. I literally shed my skin like a rattlesnake. And I came into being of who I truly was. I came into being of what I really wanted to talk about. What made my chest thump. What made the blood drive like a locomotive in my veins. And I've never turned back. And it's made all the difference, as Robert Frost would say. I came to a road where there was a fork in the road, and I took the road less traveled by. And it has made all the difference. It's made all the difference in my life. And it can for you too. So if this dude is stopping you, if you want to create content, if you want to create presence, if you just want to be a human being who's sick and tired of the same paradigm, of the same pattern, of the same day-to-day, where every single day seems like a blank piece of paper, you're just turning the page, Monday, Tuesday, Christmas, 2017, 16, 15, 19, try this. Try what we're talking about and watch everything change. It changed my life. It could change yours as well. Okay, what in the world's going on in the chat? For the love of God, what have I missed? Madness. Yes, that's right, Beth. Madness. Yes, Cricket. It's so good to see you, Cricket. Thank you for being here. 35 wasn't in diapers. Thank you, Sweeney. Okay, good. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. Darn bullies. That's right. Christian says the best teaching moments are usually unplanned. Fellow teacher, fellow astronomy teacher. Yes. Very good, Christian. So good to see you, by the way, Christian. It is so good to see you, my friend. Hybrid says Greg Davies, a comedian in this country, used to be a teacher. Same with Romesh. Yeah. I actually saw Romesh's special recently. Sorry, I keep running into the mic here. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's just killer. Absolutely killer. Mia says, the road less traveled has been a motto of my life. It hasn't always been easy, but I've tried to enjoy it. Bravo, Mia. Bravo. I just saw it, Neil. What in the God's heck? What in God's name did you do? What in God's name did you do? I'm going to show this to everybody on screen right now, and I'm probably going to get banned from YouTube. What in God's name did you do? Holy macadamian nut. Look what I just got on Twitter. Holy macadamian nut. This is what you get when you come to a Nez Nation live stream, folks. This is what you get. This is the... This is the type of individual that frequents the Nez Nation family. It is our own band of gypsies. Is it our own brand of nut jobs? I absolutely love it. Holy mackerel, Neil, that's definitely getting retweeted right this second. Holy macadamia nut. Are you kidding me? That is absolutely getting retweeted. My goodness, that's perfect. Oh my God. All you need is a bowl of applesauce and you're in heaven. That's it. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Oh my God, that's classic. Just classique, as they say. Oh man, this is too much fun. It's just too much fun. I absolutely love you guys, but I do have to get cooking. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I don't even know what to say about Neil. Neil, you're brilliant. Neil, you're a genius. You're an absolute genius, Neil. I absolutely love that. And for the love of God, put on a shirt, will you? No. I covered the lower star. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being so considerate, Neil. I really appreciate that. Oh my God. I couldn't even hide that there isn't an overlay on the planet that you can't unsee that, folks. You can't unsee that. It's impossible. Holy macadamian nut. We are live. We are live. We are live. Now that is living spontaneously. Neil is the embodiment of what Bill Murray can teach us about life and personal branding. That is it right there, folks. I needed the bird box. So did I, for crying out loud. Where's my blindfold? Oh, my God. Apparently, Nez and Neil figured I don't have enough nightmares in my life. Yeah, just in case you were lacking, just in case you thought you were getting too much sleep, this will change everything. Holy macadamia nut. That is fantastic. I can't stop. I mean, I can't, am I red? I mean, is it getting hot in here or what? Yeah, it's getting kind of hot in here, see? Oh my goodness. Oh, a star is born. That's right. A star is born. I'm not sure how long we want that star to be alive. A star might die quicker than it was born. Holy mackerel. I just got demonetized. I think my channel is going to get deleted tomorrow. Cricket's speechless. Cricket, I sort of am speechless, but I'm just kind of mumbling words right now. I don't even know if I'm very coherent. He hasn't seen the bear. I have not seen the bear. I'll go back and check the bear, I promise. As always, guys, if you want more from Nez, okay, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Make sure that you go check out beyondtheboxacademy.com. If you want to learn more about mindset and messaging, leadership, 21st century business, communications, personal branding, content creation, live streaming, we've got a whole slew of brand new content coming at you. We've got a whole slew of amazing step-by-step, holding the hand content coming at you. You got to go enroll in beyondtheboxacademy.com. As always, I love you guys, Nez Nation. You guys are the absolute best. If you haven't already, please smash the smash button and make sure that you subscribe. Subscribe down below so that you can always get, this kind of content every week. So you can find out which star is born each week. I mean, how could you miss that? Why would you want to miss that? It makes no sense. So please, please, please hang out with us. We love you. This has been one of the most fun. I mean, you guys have no idea how much I look forward to seeing you guys every Sunday. I mean, it's, Cricket said it. It's a party. Every Sunday, it is a party. And I always felt the same way when I was, a young student myself. And whenever I get coached, I still do look out and I get mentored and coached. I love it. I love my coaches. And it always resonates me more when the teacher is having fun, when they make it fun. And I've tried to embody that with every single piece of content, live stream, podcast, classroom, course that I create. It's got to be fun. If it's not fun, I don't want in. I'm out. I am totally out. So it's just been an absolute pleasure rocking with you guys. I love you guys. Have a fantastic, fantastic week. I want to do a kind of exit roll call here. I want to thank Sweeney. Yes, I want to thank Sweeney. I want to thank Cricket. I want to thank Hybrid Mike. I want to thank D. Nimmin. D. Nimmin rocks. I want to thank Neil, sort of. I want to thank Mia Rodriguez. Good to see you, Mia. It's always a pleasure. Patty, I want to thank Patty. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Dom, Christian, Luis, Midnight Madness. I want to thank all of you guys for showing up. Stony, thank you so much. Super Dave in the house. It's always such a pleasure to see you guys. Dan Norton, love you guys so much. I know I'm forgetting probably a bunch of you guys. I apologize. Means the absolute world to me. And again, I want to leave you with this. Be in that moment. Be in that moment. Be aware. Be alert. Be like water. Be present. And a lot of beautiful things can happen. Watch what happens. Don't overthink it. Don't over-strategize. Don't overanalyze. Don't over-worry. Trust it. Just trust it. Trust that things are working for you, not against you. Things are always working for you, even though you might not think they are, even though they might not turn out the way you want them to. Trust that they will always, things will always work out in the end. In my short stint on this earth, in my 40 plus years on this earth, this is what I've learned. This is what I've walked away with. And when I trust my intuition, when I trust the process, when I trust the natural unfolding of this thing called LIFE, less static, less friction, less stagnation, less choppiness, less jittery, less anxiety, less stress, fluidity. Life is liquid. You must be liquid to match that liquid. Have a liquid life, y'all. I love you guys so much. And don't forget, if you want more from Nez, go to beyondtheboxacademy.com. Enroll in our brand new, we launched this about a year ago, our academy, and we're busting it. We're busting new content for y'all. I'll see you guys next week. Same time. Wait a minute. Before I go, I got to overlay your ass before I go. Don't forget, every single Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, that's when Nez Nation Live goes live right here on youtube.com/Professor Nez. Thank you, Beth. Good to see you guys. I love you guys so much. And if you haven't, on your way out, please smash the smash button. I really, really appreciate it. I will see you guys next week. Keep an eye out for the new vlog, too. The new vlog, part 2 of my personal branding keynote speech. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I love y'all. See ya.